Hey guys, it's Ken again. Last time I posted a video on YouTube, it was concerning the Generalink home generator connection system, but this time I'm doing something a little different. And what I've done, I installed a Ring Doorbell. Now if you look at this right here, this is my Ring Doorbell, and it's actually going off right now as I video this. But anyway, as you can see, my video is showing that the plate, I guess you would call it, is mounted in a horizontal position, which a lot of houses built years ago was like this. But the Ring Video Doorbell actually has to be mounted in a vertical position, otherwise your picture is going to be crooked. So anyway, this is what I've got, and I've mounted the first one at the front door, but now I'm fixing to mount another one at my side door. So I'm going to show you how I did this. So y'all just hang in there a minute and I'm going to show you what I've done. Okay, so now here's my side doorbell, and as you can see, it's mounted in a horizontal position also. But what I want to do is mount it where it's vertical, just like the one on the front door. And this is what I've got. I've got the Ring Video Doorbell. This will work for any of your Ring doorbells, but I'm actually going to mount it where it's about like this maybe, but without having to modify anything in the bricks or the mortar, because if I do, then I'm gonna have a large hole. So y'all stand by with me just a minute. We're gonna start dismantling this doorbell, and we're gonna mount our new one up. Okay, so I've got the doorbell switch just disconnected here, or the panel rather, the plate. So I'm gonna hook these two little wires right here, and then I'm gonna pop this doorbell button out, and I'm gonna use the existing hole to pull my new wires through, and then when I get through, I'm gonna mount it right back up. Okay, so let me get that disconnected here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've got it all unconnected here. So there's just a couple little tabs on the side here, and I'm just going to squeeze these together. So let me see if I can figure out how to get this camera to work right for me without knocking my phone into pavement down here and breaking it. So, okay, here we are. Now I'm just going to squeeze these little tabs together, and I'm just going to push that button right on through, right on the other side here. There we go. Push this one in right here a little bit more, and push. And there we go. As you can see, the button is now out, and this is what I'm left with, just a plate. So now, I'll pick this back up. We're going to mount this back up like this, but I'm going to use the existing hole here to pull my wires through, but I'm going to drill a couple of holes here and here to mount the plate to, and then when I do that, I'll mount the Ring Video Doorbell to the ring plate, mounting plate, and then I'll just screw this right back on, and we'll be in business. All right, hang on. Okay, now, so what I've got my plate sitting right here, and I just put my Ring Video Doorbell mounting plate. I just set it right here just like I wanted it to be. Never mind the traffic riding by the road. I know it's aggravating me too. So I'm just going to mount it just like that. So what I got to do first, I've got to actually drill these holes out here so that I can put my screws in to mount the plate to this plate. Okay, be right back. Okay, now I've got my holes drilled, and as you can see, these top holes right here will line up just right. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and attach my little screws that I've got sitting right over here. These right here, I'm gonna put these on here. So let me get this attached, and from there we start wiring it up. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got it attached now, as you can see. I'll try to get you a little better shot if it would just go ahead and focus in for me here. and just a couple of nuts on the back. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my Dremel tool and I'm just gonna shave those extended little pieces of the threaded stud off, just so it'll mount into the wall a little bit flatter and all. And on this right here, if you can see, it might be kind of hard, but I just want to focus on everything I'm wanting it to focus on. But anyway, the screw heads, let me turn this away down. I want it to be hard to get along with. So anyway, the screw heads are sticking up a little bit, so I'm gonna take my Dremel tool. Where's my Dremel tool? There we go. With a little sanding disc on it. And then what I'm doing, I'm just going to go lightly across these screw heads right here, just to flatten them out, because that Ring Doorbell is actually going to mount flush onto this bracket right here. So I'm going to do that. So let me get this sanded down, and I know I keep saying I'll be right back, but I'll be right back. Okay guys, I got it all sanded down. Still kind of hard to see, but anyway, the nuts are sanded down, the screws are sanded down, the studs on the back, the threaded studs on the back are sanded off now. And I just can't say this. There we go. I was trying. But anyway, I just can't say this enough. If you're using one of these Dremel tools, be really careful about, you know, sanding or grinding on these screw heads right here. They need to be flush, but be really careful, because you don't want to get it too hot, because this is a plastic mount, it will melt. And also you don't want to get up into this part here or anything over here on the sides or whatever, because this is what helps hold the Ring Doorbell on. So, you know, just be really careful, watch where you're sanding, watch what you're doing, and you should be good to go. So now let me go up here and pull the wires through, and then I'm gonna screw this plate here back on, and we'll get back going here, get it wired up here shortly. And sorry for all the background noise. There's a lot of traffic. It's a Sunday afternoon, so it's a lot of traffic riding up down the road. So anyway, we're gonna put this thing together here and get it up and running. Be right back again. Okay, these are available at craft stores or whatever. They're just little rubber or silicone bumpers, I reckon, whatever you would call them, that you put on the back of picture frames. But what I do, I take two of these and I put one on either side of the doorbell mount. And the reason I do that is it just kind of like adds a little bit of a backing. Whenever, for example, when I get it mounted like this, it just puts a little piece of a backing back here for it to mount against or press against the wall. Aesthetics only, probably. No real reason, not really necessary, but I do it. So let's get this mounted up. Okay, so now I've got it mounted, and this is what we've got, guys. I've already, you know, just recut and restripped the wires that I had on here. You know, my screw heads are nice and flush with the plate here. And I'll probably come back, because, you know, the paint's flaking off of it. I may either come back and just remove this plate one day and go ahead and just repaint it, or, you know, if nothing else, I'll just go ahead and buy a new plate. I mean, what are they, $1.50, $2 at the most at the local hardware stores. And you know, I got my little rubber bumpers back there, so I got a good sturdy mount. So let's get the doorbell, let's get it hooked up and see how it looks. Okay, so now we're at the next and hopefully the final step. So I've got my wires, I just took them and stripped them and rebent the connections on them. And this is my actual Ring video doorbell. This is the two little terminal screws there. It doesn't matter if you have a red, green, white, black, whatever. It doesn't matter which terminal they're connected to. But as you can see, it says connected low voltage AC power only, 8 to 24 volts, alternating current maximum 50-60 hertz. So anyway, we're going to get this hooked up. We're going to get it mounted, and we'll be good to go. Alright guys, here's the final result. As you can see, there's my Ring video doorbell mounted. I got it wired back up. There's two little wires I was just telling you about. Got it hanging up there, and let me see if I can just back away just a touch here so you can see. So we had a horizontal doorbell plate, but I needed the Ring doorbell to be vertical, because if not, then of course, you know, your picture's going to be sideways. So I'm happy. I don't have no problem with it. I think everything's going to turn out just fine with it. But I just followed all the necessary recommendations and instructions on how you need to, you know, program it, download the app, do whatever it is that you need to do. But let me go ahead and just put a disclaimer and tell you that I do not work for Ring Video Doorbell Systems. I have no connection to them whatsoever. This is nothing but just an informational video. Just something that, you know, I thought that would help. So anyway, good luck, and download the app. And like I said, I can't give them nothing more than just high praises. And I mean, it works wonderfully well for us. I love it. So anyway, if you have any questions, you know, feel free to write me on here. And like I said, this is just how to mount a Ring video doorbell in a vertical position if you have a horizontal doorbell, existing doorbell. Okay, take care and enjoy.